Hello guys, and welcome to Victoria 3. Today we have an idea for a theme that I am quite fond of. Side note, I'm sick, but let's go anyway. I am playing Spain. Narfi is playing France. Together, we will take Napoleon's short-lived alliance and make it something successful, with whatever Narfi's starting situation is, combined with this terrible situation France or Spain is in, where the Armada was destroyed 25 years ago. The army is in shambles. We're kind of not technologically advanced on that front. We are in a famine. Our market is doing awful. We have these terrible trade deals that I'm just going to start getting rid of. Holy cow, what just happened there? Oh, that was just specifically with the British market. Oh, that's fine. Yeah. I just need to get rid of most of these, and then we'll figure out, like, the rest. Now, which ones of these are exports? This is an export with the British, with the French. Get rid of maybe the British one. I mean, I would rather make my trade deals myself, is the thing. So, let's just get rid of as much of these as possible, and then kind of figure it out from there. Alright, and that gets all my convoys together. Our money is definitely not very happy. What do we need? We're in a famine, so we definitely need grain. Wood is also a problem. We only have 18 construction capacity, so that's not really very bueno. With so few construction sectors, I'm going to assume we could probably fairly easily swap this, because we could just import things, because we're finally playing as a country, well, I guess Sweden had this already too, that starts with that capacity. We don't really have anything for iron, but with wood so bad anyway, this would realistically just be helpful. So let's swap that over. 18 now turns to 30. It could potentially maybe get better. Employment seems fine. That should make some things a little bit better. But definitely, we're going to need to work on some basics before we start going too crazy. Now, I was taking a look at our buildings to kind of just see what's going on here. And we have, looks like Castille's the one on Craftsman. Yeah, I guess that's the one I would want on Craftsman, pumping that out. We already have food industries with sweeteners, which is quite an interesting situation. Ceramics coming out of the glassworks, furniture manufacturer. We only have it in Aragon, and there's no luxury coming out of it, which is fair enough. If I don't import things, others will import, will export to me. Nationalize. Nationalize? Ah, yes. Oh, hey, did they finally... Hey, Narfi, they changed the nationalization screen. I think we can finally pick whom we want to nationalize the properties of, foreign or otherwise.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah, they changed a lot with this update. It looks completely different. And, jeez. Question. How much peasants, what percentage of your population is starting out as peasants?
Let's see, 65.5.
Okay, so you're 65? You have more peasant percentage than I do. That's interesting. Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting. Damn, I really need food. And I guess the most productive person to import it from is the Chinese.
All the Russians, they have a lot of food.
The Russians don't rank as that productive for me right now. They're not even available, actually.
Mm.
I don't know why, but they're not. So I guess
maybe you haven't selected them as
an interest. That's right. Yeah, I have interest. Oh yeah, I have 3. So I have Iberia, and then I have 1 declared in U, which I guess is useful for right now. I have 1 in Italy. Okay. I have wherever I have colonies, because I guess, you know, I have the Philippines, and I have Cuba. Why do I have a free interest in North? Oh, because I have the Canary Islands as an unincorporated state. Well, I'll probably just incorporate that then. Somehow our bureaucracy's improved since I started going through this. We have livestock ranches that can go to butchering tools. That's a lot of tools, which maybe we don't really have the capacity for, but dang, that would be great. That kind of thing could be imported, though. The thing is, a lot of what I'm short on could be imported, and getting more meat could help grain, because let's look at our wheat farms. We're missing some good upgrades for that. We don't need automation at the moment, certainly not. We have flat-out sugar plantations, so I feel like getting these orchards maybe doesn't have a point. Depends on what we need for fruit, I guess. I guess they're also coming from banana plantations. How do these work? Okay, these are in these colonies that are not colonies. Well, some of them are colonies, like Cuba, but also Puerto Rico is just unincorporated. It's not actually a colony. Cuba can have a lot of these kinds of things, man. A whole lot. Puerto Rico is also a slave state. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot there's slave states. So we have legacy, slavery in Spain, but it's in specific locations. Like, the only place belonging to me directly that I have found that has slavery is Puerto Rico. Cuba is not directly owned, so I don't know if I really count that, but it's also a slave. What else do I own that would have slavery?
Maybe the tiny bit in Africa.
Canary Islands, they don't have slaves, no. Oh, yeah, there's also another one, isn't there?
Yeah,
actually, those islands, South Cameroon.
yeah, that one.
Nope. Nope, South Cameroon does not. Where can I see all of my states?
I knew that.
Haha.
And diplomacy, also not everything.
I'm gonna leave South Cameroon unincorporated because Africa has its own, like, mechanics of a sort for this kind of stuff. We'll declare an interest in the Congo because that's where that is. And so that would be a good place to go for. Not sure if I need one in Italy and Scandinavia. Why the heck do I start with an interest in Scandinavia? That is definitely not necessary. Not really sure what I want to do with the rest of these. We're not going to be super militaristic at the beginning. We're going to need to, like, recover Spain, and then we'll go from there. So I guess I'll just put them in Africa, like, going down that coast right there. That would be probably decent. We don't start out with any kind of colonialism, so we can't do anything there. But this is supported by the military, and I can actually make our government more positive by squeezing in, well, actually, it would be equal if I put the armed forces. Otherwise, it's the Hayman, and I don't think the Hayman approve. Actually, the Hayman approve of this. Well, they approve of frontier. They don't approve of colonial. I kind of need the military if I want to progress. But to get out of contested, I would need the Hayman. I think I'll go for the military. I'll go for the military because they're going to allow me to go for some more laws. We have, though, national supremacy. We have racial segregation. What's our actual population? So, oh dear. Are these guys accepted? Acceptance. Yeah, they have... okay. So have you noticed this? This new thing? This acceptance status now? Instead of just saying like, oh, it's accepted or it's not. They actually have tiers of how accepted.
No, I'm still setting up my country right now.
Alright, fair enough. Yeah, they have tiers of how accepted. There's 5 tiers to it. Which affects like radicalism, qualifications, wages, assimilation, all kinds of stuff.
I'm not that worried about it because I believe the French start with accepting almost all European population.
Yeah. Well, they're going to accept it, but maybe somewhere like not at tier 5. So, because now it's not just black and white. There's a lot of different variables to it.
Yeah, true.
Which we'll have to learn about as we go. I kind of prefer to play these live service games when they're done being live service, so I just get the end result, you know?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I don't like it when they update things, because then I have to relearn it. Any guides I make are now irrelevant. I'd rather just, like, wait till the game dies and there's a sequel in most cases, probably.
Yeah, I have the European heritage, so yeah, pretty much all European cultures are accepted.
What is the European heritage? Is that some sort of status effect?
Yeah, it's for cultures, is it?
Man, you're lucky. You start out with this massive Haitian independence payment. It's permanent for now too. That's crazy. That's so good.
Yeah, it gives me a plus 80.
Yeah, that's great.
Cool.
I have nothing good and I'm in a famine. Hey.
That's not good.
Yeah, that's not good. Let's just import from the
Also, they
Chinese.
have a wine obsession, the French.
Yeah.
Who
I need to
guess?
pick a first law to change. We'll radicalize the rural folk. Great. Why can't we do this one? Oh, because we don't border anything. Yeah, that makes sense. Colonial stuff might have to wait a little bit. Looks like this new system also kind of maybe changes how conversion works, or at least how it's displayed. Depending on your, like, religion law, your lower accepted pops can opt to convert over time to the state religion in order to reach a higher tier.
Wasn't that always part of the game that they could convert?
I think they all converted no matter what, regardless of the law. But it's different now. It's different now, or it's just displayed different. It sounds different. Because now if you have freedom of conscience, for example, anyone with tier 4 or 5, the highest, acceptance levels are not going to convert religion. And total separation, it shows nobody would convert. I think maybe the dedicated police force really needs to be the first thing. It would take a 5% of power away from the landowners. This is just the highest chance we have to make anything go through without really pissing anybody off. Nothing else really that good. I mean, there's per capita taxation. The trade unions won't, like, they don't really matter. They don't really matter. Actually, wait, this might be good. The landowners don't support this either, but it's not that bad. The armed forces support it. The rural folk do too. This would have been good to have them in here for this. Our actual success chance here is like minimal though. 8 to 12%. That's not very good. It could get better if we get lucky, but yeah, it shows this would actually make me more money. If I did the dedicated police force first, then we could reduce a little bit of power from the landowners. That could help to do first. And anything else pretty much just pisses everybody off. We don't want to ban slavery, though really, with legacy slavery, it's not like there's a huge point. We're just going to keep the slaves that are in Puerto Rico, and that's pretty much all it does. Right of assembly, nah. I think we'll start with the local police force, just to get a little bit of power away from the landowners, just a little bit. So we'll start with that. They changed how some of this stuff works too. Extraction economy is new. It's quite interesting. We start with interventionism, which is nice. I like this. We have mercantilism, which is fine, I guess, here at the start. We have tenant farmers, not serfdom, but this still is a huge source of power.
Maybe I can do
the landowners.
A trade one, a trade league.
Yeah, so for viewers, we were talking about making just one power block together, since this is Napoleon themed. The Trade League, internal, external trade, company throughput bonuses, tariffs on things outside block, external trade, what does that do? Bureaucracy costs, okay, that's cool. Block leader gets trade route volume. Non-block leaders get more convoys? Convoy contribution. Oh, wait. Oh. Members of a custom unit contribute to the market owner. I don't know what that means, but...
I think it means that you, plus 20% convoys, you have to contribute to me.
Yeah, they say market owner, though, but I'm not in your market.
Oh, yeah, I see.
Yeah, set tariffs, policies. Only the market owner may set market good policies. Market good policies. What the hell? Oh, I see. That makes sense. Oh, I have to check to see if I have any of those. But yeah, this could be good for trade. Otherwise, there's the military treaty.
Yeah, I don't, yeah.
We have to just see which one of these bonuses sounds best. Which
I mean,
set of them?
Military one, we can always ally each other, and I think that's the main alliance that counts.
Yes.
With trade, you have yeah, it means that everyone in the power block.
But there's also bonuses under military treaty though. If you go like aggressive coordination, you can get a reduction to war exhaustion from casualties, meaning we would last longer in wars.
True, but as being French, I don't worry about that too much.
Fair enough. And we're right next to each other, meaning losing our territory maybe not as big of a problem.
Yeah, I'm looking at all 5 of them, but
Oh,
I
yeah.
think the trade one is better for both of us.
Yeah, it definitely looks pretty good. What sounds better to you, the external or the internal?
I was just looking at that.
I feel like the internal one is probably better from a pure profit and ease perspective. It would essentially protect us from trade outside of the market by imposing more tariffs in the long run, so that we could prioritize our trade and others wouldn't really be able to exploit our market. We'd get infrastructure, and then convoys would be improved. Throughput of companies goes up. That's just helpful. Whereas with the external trade, we would just get more competitiveness. We would get better deals, better, more good totals, essentially.
I feel like the internal one is better, but at the long term, if you have a really big power block, the external one is better.
Yeah, probably. I think internal's probably gonna work the best though.
Yeah,
because
same.
Are we really gonna invite half the world that's not our subjects?
No.
Yeah, so internal's probably gonna do the best. So a trade league with that, yeah, you can be the head of it. That sounds good to me. Name it something Napoleon themed.
Avec le baguette.
Perfect.
Ooh, a lot of relations is gonna go down for me. Great Britain,
Yeah, because anyone else with a power block is gonna get pissed off at you. You don't have to make it right now. It's something you can definitely look at doing.
Oh no, fuck the rest. We're French.
Oh, oui. Wait, I'm Spanish.
I don't know any Spanish.
Porque el taco.
I've made it.
I see that, yeah. Avec, what does that say? Avec le baguette. Nice. Yeah, you need some leverage advantage over me before I can join it, so.
Yeah,
but once we get friendly in an alliance, that should come naturally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm improving relations with you already.
Same.
I'm gonna go with the butchering tools and just say fuck it. We'll import any tools that we're short on. If we end up being super short on tools, which I don't think we're even going to be. So I don't know why it shows that it's gonna be so bad. Oh yeah, we're actually positive on tools, bro. What the hell? Well then, yeah, do it, because that meat would replace any grain shortage. Any food can do, as we have learned. The rest of this doesn't really have anything I can do. There's ports. Cargo ports means more convoys, more infrastructure. I'll have us entirely on that. I don't know that we really have what we need to be upping any of this stuff with the urban centers. We also have fishing wharves that could go up to fishing trawlers. That might hurt the boats, but it will help the food, which is our main problem, considering that we are in a famine. I can do a lot, except... Where are we... Wait, rice farms. Where the hell are these rice farms? Yeah, this is where we have the fig orchards. This is where we're getting a lot of fruit from, for sure. 40 minus 30 plus 12. That seems kind of bad. For grain, with wheat, it's 20 minus 10. 40 minus 30 is kind of crazy. I don't really like that. We have enough sugar anyway, honestly. I don't know about the fruit. We have banana plantations. So it could actually be extremely helpful if I could find where the hell that was. Oh my god. They could still do with improving this list here. But the banana plant, we only have one banana plantation. It's in Puerto Rico. That's hilarious. Yeah, that's just great. Okay, rice. Rice. Oh, this is a farm, though, not a plantation. But maintain single crop. Yeah, because that's what's really going to help us, especially if we have fruit that we can just get from a plantation anyway. Well, that's interesting. That South Cameroon is not a slave state that I can see, but it is a place where I can build a special farm that specifically uses slaves as labor. I don't know what to go for first. For tech.
Yeah, I can say mine, but I don't think that's the...
Yeah. Yeah, that wouldn't change a whole lot, huh? I see some things that definitely look pretty damn useful to me, though. Like, right here, the stock exchange. Get some mappy. Unlock protectionism as an option. Trade route bureaucracy costs. We might be relying on that a little bit. Mutual investment agreement and investment rights. We don't even have this. That's hilarious. And then banking for the minting and the loan interest rate. And then maybe even central archives after that. I'm not sure. But like this, 33 months, this. And then this one's 7 years to research. That's crazy. Predicted to finish in 5 years, 7 years to research. And then there's also intensive agriculture that looks really good. I'm not sure how much I really need a lot of these other things. And then like military is of course great. This stuff might research on its own anyway. Unlocks lancers and mobile artillery would be great if I don't get it normally. I'll probably throw that in right there. And then I'll go for intensive agriculture. And then I'll go probably for central archives. In that order. Spread might affect that, but just to get that going.
Oh, they also changed the market screen.
We need
like you
dye.
get a lot of reports right now.
Oh, okay. I'll have to look at that. I'll import the dye from the Portuguese. Monthly price reports. Okay. They don't really show anything for me right now, but...
Same, but I think it will when the prices will change.
Short on artillery and some other things.
But also the import and export demand. Or potential.
One thing I need to do is figure out what's going on with our military. Like, this is probably just a mess to begin with. Yeah, everything is super, super spread out. It's omega spread out, one might even say. I don't like when this is the case. Quite frankly, this is like extremely spread out even. But what we'll do is, if I could just merge everybody into one. Okay, I have everybody in one right now. That's fine. We're probably just going to maintain this as a defensive fixture for now until I actually start building it up. I don't want to tear it down because that makes me an attractive target to anyone that might want my demise. So, other than that, we would like a... Admiral. I guess this guy's the best. Give the armed forces some more power, which would actually be good for me right now. So let's just give them an admiral. Nothing special. I have a Spanish-French league, by the way, that wants us to be friends. So that would be perfect.
Do I also have that? They want me to be friends with the British and also not to be friends with British.
Oh, wait. Do you have this screen in the market too? This food security tab? This is new.
Where do you see that?
Oh, my famines in Canary Islands, Puerto Rico.
I haven't
This is fairly useful. Because one problem I had in the other playthroughs we did was I didn't really understand how the food worked until like towards the end, how they kind of fill in for each other. And this will actually kind of show you what's filling that basic food need. I was wanting them to display it as one big need, and this kind of helps accomplish that. That's pretty useful.
Yeah.
And the mappy
this is
we're
good.
researching will help with this as well. Yeah, this is a good change. This is a good one. This is why I prefer to just, play when this is already all figured out, and they already make all these improvements. But, here we are. It is what it is. This artillery shortage, I kind of want to just solve just myself, I don't even want to, import the solution. Like, if I were to just build this in... Where's our capital, first off? It's in Toledo. I immediately went to Castile. That's what my brain was thinking. Toledo. Got it. Well, let me... We don't even have any production for this at all. So let me just put one, like, right there. Nice and simple. Let's just get that built real quick. And then go from there with, like, our biggest needs. And what do we have as, let me just be up here. Our biggest needs still going to be food and then like wood. This hasn't really adapted yet, I think. And then some other things. There is a shortage of tools. There's a shortage of tools. We could get some good productivity building one in Galicia specifically, apparently. So I'll go ahead and put one there. Just one though, I think. Since it's in famine, clearly this place could use some kind of food. All they can really get is a banana plantation. They don't really make anything else that counts as food, so I'll plop one of those down right there. There's already one in Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico can also have rice, so I'll go ahead and put one of those down in Puerto Rico. The famine is not as... Well, there is no famine here on our main area. Oh, we own this! Oh, okay. I actually have an unincorporated state attached to Morocco. I didn't realize that. It's a treaty port. Oh, I have a treaty port with Morocco. That means I can exploit their market if there's ever anything I want to exploit it for. You could probably do with temporarily importing some tools. Again, anything I miss, I'm sure the AI will find.
I think I'm going into Africa this one.
Oh, I can definitely exploit Morocco, alright, for some tools. Yeah, I have no plans to go anywhere at the start here. I just kind of need to recover from this famine and terrible situation that I'm in. But I assume I want to go into the Congo, because I already have something in the Congo. Seems like a good base.
You also need to get rid of the British in your Morocco strait.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's a thing. Does that count as a treaty port? It is. Damn you, Britain. But then I have a lot of options, because I also have, like, Cuba, Puerto Rico, and the Philippines under my control. So that's really good. Another reason to keep my military. I might need to actually defend them a little bit, but hey. Puerto Rico, I kind of want to incorporate. We can definitely do it, yeah. European heritage.
For me, it's just a national agenda to
let's do it.
Conquer Algeria.
That's... What? That's something you need to do? It's like a journal, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Algeria, okay. Cool. Gotcha. I don't have any journals at all, actually. I just realized.